Hey friends, welcome back to the Stress Sleep Connection series. I'm Rebecca Russell, and I used to suffer from racing brain and uh, chronic worry. And those two things led to sleep issues. But I found a natural solution for all three of those things. And I just want to share what has helped me with others. And so each week I am taking a subtopic of this, stress and sleep, and we are exploring why this happens, where that stress and where the stress comes from that then affects the sleep, and then what we can do about it naturally. So let's get to it. So tonight we're going to talk about something that is a little sneaky. You may not think of it as affecting your sleep, but we're going to talk about late night snacking. So I know some people say I can't go to bed without a snack, but when we snack, is it usually a healthy snack? I know when I used to do it, it was never healthy, ever. You may be different, but let's just talk about how this might be affecting your sleep. So, the number one thing, the number one reason why this late night snacking is affecting your sleep is blood sugar. So, if you know me at all, you know blood sugar issues are, a huge part of my backstory. And so I'm very aware of what creates these blood sugar spikes and then the drops. So, when we eat close to bedtime, then, and especially if it's carbs and sugar, which it usually is, then our blood sugar goes up fast and then it just drops, it crashes. And so when that crash happens, it triggers your body to release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Now, those are fight or flight type hormones. Do you really think that's going to help you sleep? When you're in that fight or flight mode, nope. So that is the biggest reason why snacking at night is not a good idea. So adrenaline, is called in. When your blood sugar spikes, it's called in, and then it crashes. And when it crashes, your cortisol is coming back in, and that, because we don't like, your body doesn't want it to be that low, and then you're in this loop, and you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with the racing heart and the busy mind. So it is just not a good idea. And if you must snack, if you are one of those people that you have a hard time sleeping through the night if you don't have a snack, then think about having some protein, almond butter, or just some cheese maybe, depending on how you react to dairy. But try to think of eating maybe some protein. But I will challenge you that if you are truly hungry at night, and it's not just boredom or a habit, then why is what you're eating typically not healthy? When we snack, whether it's midday, nighttime, it's typically not out of hunger. It is boredom, or it's just a habit. Or you have bought into the myth, which I believe is a myth, not everyone does, but it's my personal opinion, that you have to be eating every 3 hours or so. I think what I've read, the research, we've trained our bodies for that. And again, where some of this need for food comes from is that we're not eating the right things during the meals. If we had enough protein and good fats, I seriously doubt that you are going to be truly hungry after. And I know now that I'm eating animal based, it's the first time I've ever known satiety. And snacking is typically just not an issue. And if I do want a snack, it's even more apparent that I'm not hungry. It's just a craving or boredom. Well, I'm never bored. Um, let's just say it's typically more of a craving or a comfort thing. I've had a stressful day, or I don't know, but it's never, I am so hungry. So I really challenge you to think about, what are you eating at dinner that, is it food that is going to fill you up, make you feel full? Or is that why maybe you're not even eating enough calories? Some people do that. They starve themselves and then they want the junk food later. So really think about that. The other thing I want to throw out there as far as a solution is intermittent fasting. Now I know some people, they just are very afraid. The word fasting just terrifies them. But I want to assure you that if you if it's a planned fast, you're not punishing yourself. You understand the benefits of fasting. I would highly encourage you to read the book, the obesity. What is it? Um, it's just slipped my mind. The something obesity, the obesity code. I'll look it up. I'll put it in the links. But it really, because I used to have the same thought about fasting. I thought it was very dangerous. And now that I've done more research and I've actually tried it myself, it's not. And there are certain people that should not fast, but I would read the book that I will reference in the. I'll give you a link in the comments, and I think it's the obesity code. And uh, just do your research. Don't just have a knee-jerk reaction to an idea or something you've heard a little bit about, but you really don't know. So, intermittent fasting can be a wonderful tool, not just for weight loss, but for healing. Because when you give your body a break from having to constantly be working on digestion, then there's time to heal. And you can start out slow, just move breakfast to later, and then just keep moving it a little bit and a little bit, or do it every other day, or just think about it. Think, meditate about it, however you pray about it, whatever you do. But don't have a knee-jerk, I encourage you not to have a knee-jerk reaction about it. Because how it's helped me is I get to decide when my eating window is. No one's telling me what to do. I am deciding this. And since I knew whatever calories I was eating after dinner was junk, it's not serving me, then that's going to be a fasting window. So I'm just someone who does intermittent fasting. I don't eat after dinner. That's just a habit now. It's not a decision. I don't have to constantly be making that decision. And so that is a very freeing thing for my brain, that I don't have to make that decision. This is who I am now, and it works for me. So, and I've never been hungry in the morning, ever. The only time I did do breakfast was because I thought I should. So now I'm just honoring my body, what it wants. If you love breakfast and you feel that's the meal you need, then you can make your fasting window from dinner, from after lunch on. It's up to you. You get to decide how long your fasting window is. Anyway, that is something I really encourage you. It's free and it's healing. So do your research, and Then, of course, I'm going to mention essential oils. So I was so excited when doTERRA came up with the MetaPower metabolic system. So it is a variety of products that address metabolic health. And one of those markers is your blood sugar levels. So the more you can control your blood sugar levels, the healthier your cells are going to be, that is what determines how well you age. So the way this system works is the MetaPower blend, the oil, is in all of these products. And I think there's one missing, the collagen, but um, this is um, the oil, and it helps with your cravings, it boosts your metabolism, and helps with the fat deposits. So this is an amazing oil. I think it tastes great. You can put it in your water, your tea, your smoothie, but this is an awesome uh, tool. And then that oil is in a little tiny beadlet. There's about an eighth of a drop. And this little container is full of them. And you can just pop a little beadlet throughout the day, because some people that are trying not to snack, who are, just they need that hand to mouth thing, then taking one of these throughout the day quite a few times, it's going to add up very slowly because there's so little in here. But it's helpful. Sort of like some people um, put a toothpick in their mouth when they're trying to quit smoking, or even to help with the eating. So another way to get the oil into you is with the soft gel, which has a 1 drop in it, and you can take it before or after your meals. And that's what I do because of the fasting. I'm not going to be popping something in my mouth throughout the day because I'm fasting for quite a bit of it. And then we have the gum that has 1 drop of the oil in it. I personally don't chew gum, but a lot of people do, and it's hard to find a clean gum. So even if you don't care about, your blood sugar, this would still be a healthy alternative. And again, you can use this to help you stop with the snacking and help with the cravings and so forth. And then this last one is probably my favorite because it is the MetaPower Assist, and it has ingredients in it that help it act like a natural metformin. So if you are struggling with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes and you need some support, then this could be something that could be very helpful, and you would take it 30 minutes before your meal or after. You can do it then as well. If you're trying to, if you've dug quite a hole for yourself, you can take 2 a day with each meal. If you've sort of gotten to where you need to be and you're just maintaining, you can go to 1. But it is a fabulous way to help control your blood sugar levels. Now, again, essential oils are not cures. They just support your body. Your body knows what to do with them because they're natural. And don't think that this is just for people struggling with sugar, genetic kind of things. If you want to be metabolically healthy, you need to try and control those blood sugar spikes. So if you are not eating if you're not eating whole foods and you're stuck on the SAD diet, the processed foods and the sugar and all that, obviously we need to try to rein that in. But in the meantime, when you're trying to establish some better habits, this could be very, very helpful in controlling that. So obviously without making lifestyle changes, these are going to be Band-Aids. They're not going to be as effective. So you really, really need to research, talk to someone like me or your doctor or someone who is open to natural alternatives and see if this could be something for you. Do not ever start oils or supplements of any kind. If you're on medication under a doctor's care, be sure and talk to your doctor first. Because if what you're using that's natural works, then you are going to be um, taking too much of the, say you're on blood pressure medicine, for instance, and you're doing an essential oil protocol to help with your blood pressure, then you could drop too low because you haven't talked to your doctor. You're not on the same page. He doesn't know what you're doing. Even if it's you're starting to exercise more consistently, that could bring your blood pressure down. And so you need to be in communication with your doctor. So that is an amazing supplement. So the other things I wanted to mention is you want great gut health. Your gut health truly does affect your sleep. And I've seen this over and over again on the health scans I do for people where sleep comes up an issue. And, and then right there in the categories, it's showing vitamin mineral deficiency and digestive enzyme deficiency. So, of course, doTERRA has these products and they're amazing. And the ones I just want to mention real quickly, the Foundational Wellness Bundle is the basic maintenance for your gut. It's just basic. So this packet here is the VMG Plus. It has your daily amount of fruits and vegetables, your vitamins and minerals, and a cell repair component. So unless you're one of those 7% in that are metabolically healthy, which 7%, that's very few people are, then this is something that would be very helpful. And I just had to rescan a customer today who has been taking the Foundational Wellness Bundle products for about a month and a half, and a lot of her I don't want to call them scores, but the the scan was showing certain things that were needing some help, and now those have decreased dramatically. So that's an awesome thing to see. The other two things that are going to be helpful for gut health is the PB Restore, which is part of the Foundational Wellness Bundle, and it is a pre-pro postbiotic. And it helps not only your gut biome, but your skin biome, your oral biome. You've got biomes from your head to your toe. And so this is going to nurture your body, all over, and including your gut. And then if you are dealing with leaky gut or some other, you know that your gut needs some help, then the PB Assist is directly for your gut biome. So, and again, we also do have a digestive enzyme called Terrazyme that is fantastic. And these are just products that are natural. They're not, again, though, if you're under a doctor's care, always talk to them first. So, but it's so important to understand how much gut health determines your overall health. And that does include your stress and your sleep, because if your gut is stressed, you're not creating the hormones like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, which are very necessary for your brain health, your mood. GABA is like Xanax for your brain. We need these hormones. So if the gut is stressed, it's not creating enough. So that is something a lot of people don't understand, is the gut connection to the brain. So I hope this was helpful, that you might rethink your late night snacking. I would love to know a takeaway from tonight, because I think a lot of times we're on autopilot and we're not really thinking about empty calories and those kind of things. So, and then of course we've always heard, have a glass of water if you're thinking you need to eat and it's really not the time. And also track it. Keep a journal of your sleep. And I don't know, most of us have these crazy watches. I wouldn't have one except for I have AFib and I don't have symptoms, so I need it to help tell me things. But if your watch tracks your sleep, make note of that. Uh, Keep track of what you had for dinner, if you had a snack, and then how your sleep is. Just do it for a couple of days or longer, hopefully, but at least a couple of days and see what happens. You need to have some data to compare. So I hope this was helpful. Please share a takeaway. And if you would like help with a sleep routine, a stress routine with natural solutions, just put sleep or stress in the comments, and I'll reach out to you. If you want more information on gut health, put gut in the comments. And also, if you would like my free guide on metabolism, I have, with my research and so forth, I understand that if you do the things you need to do to speed up your metabolism, have a healthy one, that's going to lead to better metabolic health, which leads to aging well. And that's what we all want, right? So if you would like my free guide, the ultimate guide to boost metabolism in 5 days, just put boost in the comments and I will reach out to you. So till next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.